Hi, Scott here with Adventure Indiana, and it's a weeknight. Thought I would go out, do a little looking along the river, and that bridge over there off in the distance, I go over that bridge every day on my way to work, and I've never been on this stretch of the river before, at least not down through here. And I thought I'd come down here and just have a walk and see if we could find any old bottles. Not found any. Finding lots of pieces of pottery and like plates and things. This one says Crown Hotel China. I don't know what that is. I don't know how old that would be. I found this piece of crock here. I wish that would have been. I wish that had been whole. You find lots of stuff like that, but you never find a whole one. Just too big. But I don't know that I'll find anything along here. Somebody had walked through here not too awfully long ago. I'm walking in their footprints. But there could be some older stuff down here. You never know. Here's a little cork top bottle. It says Martin and Martin Chicago, and doggone it, the back of it is broke out. That would have been super cool. I don't know if you can see it. The sun is bearing down on me here. That would have been a cool bottle. Anyway, I got down here and I realized that I don't have my pick with me. I don't have my shovel or nothing. Otherwise, what I'd be doing is taking my pick and scraping the ground along here and seeing if you could just grab onto something, uncover something that's been buried. But I'm gonna keep walking along here and see. Hopefully find something that's not broken and something that's a little bit older. I always look at all the broke pieces of glass, even if they're broke, just kind of get an idea of what it might have been. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to walk down to the other bridge there and see what we can find. Oh, I just eyeballed this. Here's another little. Oh, it's broken. I can already tell. Here's another little medicine bottle. It's broke up pretty bad. I'm gonna leave it. It looks like it would probably have been slick. It might have been embossed on the other side, I guess. But yeah, I definitely need to come back down here and bring my pick and just do some scraping. I've had some pretty good luck with doing that. Here's an older bottle, base of one anyway. So if I find anything, anything whole, I'll let you know. Alright, well, I'm still going along the river here. I've walked down this bank and there's been all kinds of broken bottles of all ages. I mean, new stuff, old stuff, finding all kinds of broke stuff that would have been really cool. And I think we're between the river down here, obviously, and then up this way is a railroad. And so I think there might have been an old dump up here that I'm going to have to check out and see. Maybe there's a dump up here somewhere. Stuff has, washed down over the years. So maybe the good stuff's up there. But here's a old mentholatum bottle I found. That was whole. I'm not going to keep this, but it's mentholatum. I don't know how old it is, but I know some people collect that. And I don't know if you got a good view of this, but Martin and Martin Chicago, that would have been a cool bottle. I'm not going to keep that. And I found this little dish of some sort. That was actually whole, but I don't think I'm going to keep it. Finding a lot of stuff like this. Look how thick that glass is, and this is marked root on the bottom. So that would have been a really good bottle for me to find. That would have been an Indiana bottle too. But then I found this bottle right here, and it's buried. It's an old bottle, You can tell by looking at it. It's really cool. I hope that is not broken. And then we got another bottle right here that might be like an old medicine bottle. And that's super cool. I'm gonna dig both those up. I'm gonna be super careful. Like I said, I didn't bring my pick, but I do have my pocket knife, so I'll dig those out. But we got here would have been probably another neat old bottle. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out, and I'll let you know what this bottle turns out as. Here, I hope it's solid. I really like the color of it, and that it's embossed too is just super awesome. So I'm gonna see if I can get that out. Well, that bottle happened to be whole. Look at that. How cool is that bottle? So it's got some kind of marking on it. I think it says S and then P. And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what kind of bottle this is. It's kind of a dark green. I really love the color. This is gonna turn out really cool to clean up. I don't know about this top here, about this lip, how the end of the bottle was made. The seam of the bottle doesn't go all the way to the top. The seam stops right about there. So I don't know how old this bottle will be. I'll have to check it. There's really no markings on the bottom. There's just a little plus sign. And then that little bottle that was next to it, that was right there, very little of it was sticking up. It's just a slick medicine bottle. No markings on it, not even no markings bottle on the bottom of it. So you know what? That's pretty cool. And either one of these bottles would have been made my night just to find out here walking after work. So I'm really happy with this. Even if I don't find anything the rest of the night, that's okay. I'm happy. I don't got to find a lot to be content. And wouldn't you know, I just looked over. Look at that right there. Oh, now that's whole too. I just did see this. And that is embossed. That is super cool. The embossing on it's not real heavy, but it does say something. Look at that, and it was just laying right there on the ground. I walked right past that. So, I wonder how many other people walked right past that. That's pretty cool. So 3 pretty cool bottles right there. So, this one is just a bonus, right? So I have to get my wife to come down here with me, and she'll find me, show all the ones I missed. She's good at finding stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna keep walking. Not quite to the bridge yet. I kind of set the goal to walk down to the bridge, and we'll keep going and see what else we find. Well, I made it down to the bridge. So the bad thing about being down here is you can see the city. When they put in this bridge and to control erosion, they put in all these rocks. So there's not going to be anything old along here. There's probably lots of cool stuff underneath all this rock, but it's not feasible to try to dig any of that out. So I'm gonna start walking back, and instead of walking along the edge of the river, I'm gonna walk a little higher up on the bank to see if I was right, if there's maybe any old dumps up there that maybe these old bottles may be washed down from. These could have just been pitched down too, but it'd be cool to find an old dump site where stuff was just laying around, or stuff that you could dig. I'll look for some broken glass and things like that. So if I find anything, I'll let you know. Alright, still out working along the river. Turned the camera on and off a bunch of times. talking about different things. I don't know how much I'm going to have in the video, but I did find a cool little jar here. It says Herlich's Malted Milk on it. It is embossed. Looks like it's got a little bit of age to it. Probably been out here a while. But yeah, so first whole bottle, it's embossed. I'm going to keep it. I'll take it home, clean it up. Be something kind of cool to have. I think up above me here and all this trees and brush and stuff is probably some kind of dump, because higher up the hill here I see all kinds of little bits of broken glass and parts of bottles and jars, and right here is like an old long neck, probably another medicine bottle of some sort, a cork top, and there's a bunch of old bricks in here. So what I'm going to probably do, this is really super thick up here, and this part of the river here is kind of hard to get to. That's probably why I'm finding this stuff, because there's people walk around this part, they don't come down here. But I'm going to work along up in here, just my pick, scraping, and see what happens. But after we get a good couple frosts, you know, here at the end of October, 1st of November, all this stuff will fall, and I'll be able to come up here and look around a lot better than what I could now. It's just so thick you can't get through it. So I see an old cup up there, some little bits of brush or glass. So I'm gonna keep working. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. Alright, not too far from where I found that malted milk jar, I found this little glass bottle stopper. That's pretty cool. And actually this is the first one of these I've ever found. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is, a little glass bottle stopper. That's pretty cool. So hopefully find a cool bottle to go with it, right? We'll keep looking. Alright, got a couple of things of interest here. I got a glass cup here of some sort, and then we got a bottle showing, and it says it's embossed root on the bottom of it. Just found a pair of channel locks, and this ground right here is real hard. I doubt this bottle was whole. Anytime I find a bottle like this with the bottom sticking up like that, it's always usually broken. But it says root on the bottom of it, so I gotta definitely try to dig that out. Hopefully it'll be something, right? So I'll let you know. Well, the bottle is marked root on the bottom. That was broke. That would have been cool. That says Indianapolis on it. I thought this was going to be a glass, but this is another bottle of some sort. So I don't know. We'll keep looking. I'm gonna have to get going. It's gonna get dark. I'm not gonna get back to the truck before dark. I got a long way to walk back. So I'm gonna look around here just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna start heading back. Alright, well, I keep saying I'm gonna go, and I keep looking down and finding interesting stuff that makes me want to stay longer, but I do need to get going. Couple of cool finds right here together. One was this piece of horseshoe. I wish that would have been whole. I really like to find horseshoes, and it's kind of like, well, when was the last time you think anybody rode a horse down here along the river? I mean, that's probably really old. And then second interesting thing that I found, and I've lost it already, was I found an old iron, like one that you'd heat up on the stove. Oh, there it is. I put it right there. So I found these out metal detecting before. It's an old iron. Oh boy, that's wedged in there. It's wedged in there good. probably rusted to who knows what. So this would have been like a clothes iron. That's kind of cool. So I found that and the horseshoe. And I just know there's other stuff along here. Probably that might have been a part of a horseshoe as well. I don't know. Still find bits of old glass. I'm almost certain that there has to have been a dump up there on top of this hill. So I'm just finding a few things that have kind of come down. Lots of little bits of pottery and stuff like that. So I'm going to get out of here. We'll be back. Thanks for watching my video. Alright, so we're back at the base camp, and I want to do a little wrap up of the video and then show you a couple of things. Earlier this year I started a little scorecard on this little dry erase board. These are things that I hope to find. These are some stats that I'm keeping track of for the year 2019. The Josh Couture snake counter. I've encountered 3 snakes out this year, so not that many really. For keeper bottles that I've brought home, I've not been doing too good on that. I've only found 4 bottles, 1 token, not that old of a coin. As far as my hole count for metal detecting, I got 587 holes dug this year. Unfortunately, dug a lot of junk. Found 225 coins, and my cash count for the year, if you add up all those coins, is $16.29. But for the 2 nights of walking along the river, looking for old bottles and treasures, this little bottle here says it's embossed Horlicks, malted milk, and then I painted over the embossed letters to make the letters pop out a little bit more. I'll talk about that in a minute. Not that old. It is a screw top, but I thought it was still a pretty cool bottle. Here's a little slick medicine bottle. Unfortunately not embossed or anything, but it's in pretty good shape. Pretty cool. It'll look nice on my shelf. This bottle is really cool. It is embossed. I can't read it. Whitman something. You can't read it. The embossing is just about rubbed off. This has got a lot of bottle rash off, obviously, but I just found this. I really love this color. It's kind of got an iridescent finish to it. Really cool. Really like the way that looks. That'll look great on the shelf. Then we got this little bottle stopper. And then I don't think I showed this on video, but this is a little razor comb. And then there's that iron. But the find of the year is definitely got to be this bottle here. And when I first found this, I thought this said SP. I just thought it was kind of stylized, but it's actually JSP, and those initials stand for John S. Peterson. I'm not for sure what the S stands for in his name, but John S. Peterson. This is a malt extract bottle, and you see it's got this really cool, this really nice deep dark green finish on it. It's a really old bottle. No maker's marks, like no companies on the bottom that I can tell. There's a little letter X down there or a plus sign, but that's it. This is a malt extract bottle. This is some sort of used for some sort of medicinal purpose. But this dates from 1880 to 1890. How awesome is that? So this is by far the oldest bottle I've ever found. The 1880 to 1890. So I did some research on it, and actually some people from antiquebottles.net helped me identify this. So thank you for people who replied to my post on this and helped me find out for sure what this bottle is. But 1880 to 1890, that is super awesome. So that really, even though I've not done good on the year with my stuff that I was keeping track of there, that kind of caught me up, and I'm really, really happy with that. Got some other stuff here on the table I want to talk about. You see on a couple of these bottles here, I've painted the embossed letters, and I've been doing that with these Sharpie markers. My wife bought these for me. These are made by Sharpie, and they're oil-based paint, and they work really well on glass. And so on some of my bottles that are my favorite ones, I've been going over it. It really makes the letters stand out, and you can really look at these when they're up on your shelf, and they look really nice. But these bottles here are not bottles that I found, so I'm not trying to misrepresent here. These are, well, all these was given to me, and then this one I actually bought today. This is a Hutch style bottle, and it's Harry Deek, Seymour, Indiana. I don't know, or Henry, sorry, Henry Deek. I don't know anything about this bottle or this company. I did look up this guy. He died in 1914. Seymour is not where I live, but it is my hometown. I was there this weekend visiting, and I went to a flea market, and I seen this bottle, and I had to have it. And see, we've got the topper thing for it, for the lid, but this is a super awesome bottle, and then it's embossed. It says Seymour on it. I had to have it. This was I paid $25 for it. I seen this bottle recently sell. I looked it up. I seen this bottle recently sell for $29, and then on eBay there's someone trying to sell it now with a buy now price of $50. So I don't know if they'll get that. But I just thought it was really cool. I don't really care what it's worth. I had to have it. Pretty neat. So I went over to my uncle's house today to see him, and he gave me some really cool bottles. I love Coke bottles. I'm still trying to get all the Coke bottles from Indiana with Indiana towns and cities on them. This one's from Rushville. I don't know that if I have this bottle or not. I'll have to look. These are all the U.S. Patent Office Cokes. Really cool. I mean, I'm glad to have these. I'll add these to my collection. This one's Nashville, Tennessee. So that one doesn't really fit in, but we'll take it. Tell City, that's an Indiana bottle. So these are awesome. I'm going to have to look up to see if I got the Rushville or Tell City. But the really cool ones that he gave me are these three right here. These are all 3 Seymour bottles. This one says Seymour Bottling Works, Seymour, Indiana. It's a really cool bottle. And this one is marked Root Glass. So this was made by Root Glass, the company that invented the hobble skirt Coke bottle. They're Root Glass, and they're out of Terre Haute, Indiana. And I think Root Glass was gone in 1931, so this would have had to have been 1931 or earlier. Here's another Seymour bottle. It says Seymour Ice Cream Company. I think that those letters in yellow really looks nice on that bottle. Really like this one. I don't know who made this bottle. It's not marked. It's not a Root bottle. Really awesome. And then this one, soda water, min content 6 flow ounce. And again, it says Seymour on the bottom. And on the back here it says Chero Cola Bottling Company. So Chero Cola. So that's pretty awesome. I really like this bottle. Like a nice Art Deco style bottle. Love that. That's really sharp. That's going to look great on a shelf. Then he gave me these 2 little medicine bottles here. This is a little sample bottle of Vicks Formula 44. I'm guessing this bottle might be from like maybe the 1950s or the 1960s. I don't know. I haven't really been able to find a date on here, but it's still cool. It's a cool little bottle. It's got the paper label on it still, so that'll look neat. I'll put that up on a shelf too. This is neat. This is a Baldwin's drugstore. I remember this drugstore being open. I mean, as a kid, it's been around a long time. It's gone now. This is a poison bottle, but this is made by Duraglass, and it's got the script letters on it for Duraglass, and I forget I think this would have been from the 1940s. I think Duraglass. I think they was making bottles of that Duraglass script back in the 40s, late 40s. So that's really cool. I mean, it's a Seymour bottle. I know exactly where this came from. So it's pretty neat. And then the last thing he gave me was these Civil War bullets. So a round ball and then 2 mini balls. And this was from the Battle of Franklin, November 30th, 1864, and that was in Franklin, Tennessee. This was a Union victory in the Civil War. That's really cool. What's cool about these bullets, or what's neat? Well, I mean, they're neat anyway. That I'll be going down to Tennessee here later this year, and I'm going to be doing a lot of metal detecting down there. So I'm actually going to take these out of their case, and I'll run over these with my metal detector, so I know for sure what a mini ball would sound like on my machine and what it would ring up as. I've never found anything like this metal detecting. That'd be super awesome to find something like that. So these would kind of be my test subjects to check out. So he gave me these, the Coke bottles, and then the Seymour stuff. I bought this one, but Rodney, thanks a lot for these bottles. These definitely are going to go up on my shelf in my collection of bottles, and I mean the bullets are just super awesome. I appreciate you sharing that stuff with me. But yeah, all that stuff is really neat. And again, just finding this 1880 to 1890, I mean, that just blows my mind that I found that. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching my videos.